What's up guys, Midnight Collectibles here, and today we have a review of the Universal Studios exclusive Bumblebee. So here he is. This figure is actually a re-release of the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, and the biggest indicator of that is his mech tech weapon, of course, and the stripes on the top. He's got those stripes going along the roof of the car. So yeah, let's get right into this. He's a pretty nice looking Camaro. He says Camaro SS. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. There we go. It says Camaro SS on the side with a little Autobot logo. He's got that on both sides. He's got painted rims. You can see his head underneath. There it is. He does roll quite well. They are plastic tires, but yeah. He does have the racing mesh, which is kind of sucks that you can't have, you know, his normal windows, but oh well. It's a pretty darn nice vehicle mode, honestly. This is my favorite Bumblebee that I own. All right, so let's get down to transformation. So to start, you want to pop the top here. You can either do that by popping the front, popping the back, it doesn't really matter. I kind of like to grab it from the middle. See if I can do it. There we go, and then it pops that up. Lift it up. You can even hinge that back if right now if you want to just kind of get it out of the way. Flip that down. Now you have the top all done. So next, then you want to open the doors here. Flip those out, and then you're going to want to pop these tires out. It's really similar to how pretty much like the Studio Series Bumblebee transforms. It's really similar. It's like a simplified version of it, basically. Or rather, the Studio Series version is a complex version of this figure. Okay, let me just raise up the camera here so you can see. Then next, what you want to do is rotate the arms around. And rotate that, flip out the hand, rotate that, flip out the hand, and also then you want to hinge these outward. So hinge his arms out because they're on that little hinge there, and rotate them around. So now you have, we're getting close to being done. Next you want to pop this out. This out. So you pop the front of that, then you flip this outward. Then see this whole top section can rotate. So basically flip this down. Sometimes the head does get in the way a little bit. It's kind of a tight clearance. You kind of just gotta find the right angle. So you don't want it to like put a strain on the head, but it kind of helps to push the head back. There we go. And then that, there's a little tab in the side. Kind of pegs in. There we go. And there you go. Now his upper body's finished. You can take the backpack, hinge that upward. Kind of rest on his back. Now for the legs. So you split the legs. You unfold these panels from the side and hinge them onto his thigh. Hinge those upward. Then you can flip the foot down, and that will cause this to rotate around, and then you flip the foot down like that. Then same thing for the other side. Flip it down, and there you go. Actually, one last thing you can do is you can flip up the windows, even though unfortunately these don't flip up for robot mode. But I think we are done. I don't think I forgot any steps. All right, so there we go. There is, let me try and get him in a nice standing pose. There is Universal Studios exclusive Bumblebee in his robot mode. And he is a really good looking Bumblebee figure. He just looks really good, in my opinion. Just fold the camera down. Take a quick look at the head sculpt. Get the camera to stay. There we go. There's his head. He looks really quite nice. It's a lot of detail, and it's a really nice looking Bumblebee. He's got kind of big eyes and looks really good. Almost like the Bumblebee movie. So yeah. As far as articulation goes, he has a ball joint at the shoulder. He has a hinge at the elbow. Can move about 90, a little more than 90 degrees, more like maybe 100 degrees. He does have a wrist hinge. The head is on a ball joint, so it can get tons of different poses. The knees do have a hinge. The thighs are on a ball joint. And he does have a little bit of foot articulation, so you can kind of lean him forward and back. So yeah, he is a pretty darn good figure, I'm not gonna lie. He is $30 from Universal Studios, which is maybe a little bit much for this figure. I'd say somewhere in the $20 is pretty good, but there we go, I was focused. $20 for this figure would be really good, but he is a reissue, which, so you can't really get him anywhere else, so it's fine. It's a pretty good price point. He can plug his MechTech weapon onto either forearm. So we'll just get that. There we go. Now he's got his MechTech weapon. Unfortunately, he can't hold it in his hand, but some cool shooting poses, and you can extend it like so. So there you have it. Now I guess I can do some size comparisons. Okay, so for comparison, here he is with the Studio Series Bumblebee. So you can see how they look together. He is quite a lot bigger than the Studio Series release. Here he is next to the Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee. He is a lot bigger than that figure too. He's quite small. And finally, here he is next to Studio Series Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. They look pretty good together, actually. I kind of like it. I think Bumblebee should be a bit smaller, and you can see that, he's pretty big for a deluxe figure, I'm not gonna lie. Especially compared to the Studio Series scale. He just looks quite big, but I do kind of like how they look together, Looks pretty good. It's not bad, especially the height difference. So there we go. So final thoughts on this figure. Should you pick him up? If you didn't get the first one around, I'd say why not? He's a great figure. I think he looks really good. He's solid. He's a reissue from 11 years ago, and it still holds up well. Like, there's not really loose joints or anything. Like, he's a solid figure. So, yeah. I think that is all there is to say, so. Until next time, guys. Thanks for watching.